What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another New Comics This Week previews episode. In today's video, I'm going over all the new releases for April 12th, 2023's New Comic Book Day. As always, I'm going to be going over all the major publishers and a ton of the indie companies as well, those new releases, variant covers, which books I'm going to be getting, and any sort of other important info that's going to help you guys decide which books you're going to be grabbing this week. And as I begin to talk about these books, always remember, there's still delays and shipment issues happening, so once it gets closer to New Comic Book Day, just check with your LCS to see which ones they're actually going to be getting in. And now, without further ado, everyone, let's talk some comics. All right, here we go, everyone. Jumping right into it, the first publisher I'm going to be going over is Vault Comics, and we've got Barbaric, Hell to Pay, issue number 3 coming out. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Howl variant. Moving on, we've got West of Sundown, issue number 10. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Terry variant, and now finally cover C, Sealy variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week. It's End After End, issue number 6. Here's cover A, and then we've got a Kangas variant. Next up is Archie Comics. They've got one, but it does feature 2 brand new stories, everyone. It's Archie Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 339. Continuing on, we've got Ablaze, and they've got Children of the Black Sun, issue number 4 on the way. This series is phenomenal. I highly recommend checking this one out. I absolutely love it. This one's got 6 different covers, too. Here's cover A. We got a 1 in 10 incentive, and now finally a 1 in 20 incentive variant. Next up is Aftershock, and they've got Maniac of New York, Don't Call to Come Back, issue number 2. Continuing on, we've got AWA, and they've got Red Zone, issue number 2. I thought the first issue was alright. The artwork is solid. It's more of like a spy espionage series, so if that's up your alley, definitely check this one out. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Deodato Jr. and Lothridge variant. Next up is Merc Publishing. They've got Born of Blood, issue number 6 coming out. This one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Garza variant, and now finally a cover C, Sharp variant. Continuing on, we've got Ahoy, and they've got The Gimmick, issue number 2 coming out. Moving on to Zenoscope, they've got Grim Spotlight, Masumi, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a cover B, Reyes variant, and now finally cover C, Abundanza variant. Continuing on, we've got a brand new series from Mad Cave Studios. It's Exorcists Never Die, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Fry variant. Moving on to Whatnot Publishing, they've also got a brand new series coming out. It's Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted, issue number 1, and this one's got 6 different covers. This is cover A, we got a cover B variant, and now finally a cover C, Beck variant. Moving on to Sumerian Comics, they've got one brand new series too. It's Soko, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A, we got a cover B, Shadowcat variant, and now finally cover C, Homage variant. This next publisher is the last small indie publisher I'm going to be covering this week. It's American Mythology, and they've got Legend Fell, issue number 1. Out of all those publishers, the only one on my pull list I'm going to be checking out this week is Red Zone, issue number 2 from AWA Upshot. But next up, let's talk about Image Comics and Boom Studios. All right, here we go, Image fans. First one today from them is Spawn, issue number 340. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Kabar variant. Moving on to Nocterra, issue number 13. I love this series. Nocterra is just so good. I definitely recommend trying to find a trade paperback for this one. Get yourselves caught up. It has just been such a phenomenal read, in my opinion. The artwork is great as well. Here's cover A. We got a cover B, Frank and Anderson variant, and then finally cover C, Daniel and Marcello variant. Next up, we got a series finale. It's 8 Billion Genies, issue number 8. This has been a very solid read too. This one's got 5 different covers, so here's cover A. This is the cover B, Rivera variant, and then finally we've got a cover C, Make-A-Wish variant. Moving on to Radiant Black, issue number 23. I go back and forth on this series a lot. At this point, I'm continuing on with it because I really like the Super Massive Verse or the Massive Verse, whatever they're calling it. They got some really good stuff in there, but Radiant Black, it's got its ups and downs. If you haven't started it, I would just wait for a trade paperback. Here's cover A. We got a cover B, Griffin variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Swatoski incentive variant. Next up is Little Monsters, issue number 12. I absolutely love this series. I'm a big fan of Jeff Lemire, though, so I'm a little bit biased towards this, but definitely get your hands on this one, too. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B, Wands variant. Moving on to Phantom Road, issue number 2. Speaking of Jeff Lemire, we got some more goodness. This is a great first issue. Definitely check that one out. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B, Danny variant. Moving on to a brand new series, we got World Tree, issue number 1. This one's got 36 different covers. That is a lot of covers. Here's cover A. We got a Black Saber Comics exclusive and then an Alan Qua variant. Definitely check the other ones out as well. There's some really cool covers for this series. Moving on, we got Dark Ride, issue number 5. Another banger from Image. This one's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. We got a cover B, Murakami variant, and then finally a cover C, Ganashao variant. Continuing on with Image, we got Black Cloak, issue number 4. This is cover A. We got a cover B variant, and then finally a cover C, McLaren variant. Next up, we got a series finale. It's Chroma, issue number 4. This is a really good one. I think they're like $8 an issue, but it's a nice cardstock cover. The artwork is incredible. Story, though, I wish it was a lot longer than 4 issues. They could really just talk about this world for a while. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Cavanago variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 Cavanago incentive variant. Moving on to the Ambassadors, issue number 2. Great first issue. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Kershaw black and white variant, and then finally cover C Quitley variant. Moving on to All Against All, issue number 5. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Rodriguez variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Stoke incentive variant. Moving on to Last Barbarians, issue number 3. This one's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's a cover B Haberlin variant, and then finally we got a cover C Haberlin variant. After that is Hexware, issue number 5. This is cover A. We got a cover B Seeley variant, and then finally a cover C Sigiriya variant. Continuing on with Image, we got 2 Graves, issue number 6 coming out. This is cover A, and then we've got a cover B Wu variant. Moving on to Monarch, issue number 3. I read the first issue. I really liked it. Wasn't able to get my hands on that second issue though, but based on the first one, I recommend checking this series out too. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Visions variant. Moving on to Stoneheart, issue number 2. After that, we got a new series. It's the Giant Cockjew, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Brown variant. Moving on to Packless, issue number 6. Then we've got Nemesis Reloaded, issue number 4. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Imenez black and white variant, and then finally a cover C Booth variant. This next one's the last one coming out from them this week. It's Frank Miller's Pandora, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Anthony Marquez variant. Out of all those issues, Image is about to annihilate this week, assuming they're all still coming out, but I'm for sure going to be getting Nocterra, issue number 13, 8 Billion Genies, number 8, Radiant Black, number 23, Little Monsters, issue number 12, Phantom Road, issue number 2. I'm going to check out World Tree, issue number 1 as well, Chroma, number 4, The Ambassadors, issue number 2, and then finally, The Last Barbarians, issue number 3. Like I said, Image is about to kill it this week. That's a pull list of its own. Moving on to Boom Studios, they're having a very small week. They've got 2 coming out. The first one is Know Your Station, issue number 5. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Carry variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Love It incentive variant. The only other one they've got this week is the start of a brand new series. It's the Seasons Have Teeth, issue number 1. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Forgetto variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 Mac incentive variant. I won't be grabbing either of them from Boom Studios, so next up, let's talk about Dark Horse, IDW, and Dynamite. So the first one today from Dark Horse is Clear, issue number 2. That was a great first issue. I definitely recommend checking that one out. Nice cardstock cover, oversized issue. I think it was a little bit more expensive than a regular priced comic book, but definitely well worth the money. I'm pretty positive I put it at number 1 for that week's top 10 list. Here's cover A. We got a cover B foil variant, and then finally 1 in 10 Johnson incentive variant. Then we have Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, issue number 4. Followed up with that is Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, issue number 3. This is cover A. We got a cover B Balboni variant, and then finally a cover C Rubin variant. Next up is Assassin's Apprentice, issue number 5. Then we have Space Job, issue number 3. Followed up with that's the start of a brand new series from them. It's the Great British Bump Off, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Hip variant, and this one's not available yet, but there is a cover C Thompson variant. Moving on, it's the series finale and the last one coming out from Dark Horse. It's White Savior, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Win variant. Out of those issues, I'm for sure going to be getting Clear, issue number 2. So moving on to IDW, the first one is Star Trek, issue number 6. This one's got 6 different covers, everyone. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Feehan variant, and then finally a cover C Bartok variant. Moving on to a new series, we got TMNT Usagi Yojimbo, Where When, issue number 1. This one's got 9 different covers. This is cover A. This is the cover B Eastman variant, and then finally we've got a 1 in 10 Meyer incentive variant. This next one's the last one coming out from IDW this week, and it's another Star Trek book for you fans. We got Star Trek Defiance, issue number 2. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Sherman variant, and then finally cover C Ward variant. Won't be grabbing any of those issues, so moving on to Dynamite, the first one's the start of a brand new series. It's 007 for King and Country, issue number 1. This one's got 16 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Pueblo variant, and then finally a cover C Hill variant. This is the only other one they've got this week. It's Madballs vs. Garbage Pail Kids, Time Again, Slime Again, issue number 3. This one's got 9 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Crosby variant, and then finally a cover C poster art variant. I won't be grabbing either of those books, so next up, let's talk about DC Comics. And here we go, DC fans. They got a pretty solid week on the way. So the first one from them is Superman Lost, issue number 2. While I'm not reading this series, I am reading the other new Superman one they came out with. I heard really good things about this book. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Lee Weeks variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Porter incentive variant. Next up is Danger Street, issue number 5. I'm a few issues behind, but I read the first 3, I believe, and I did really like them. Here's cover A. This is the cover B variant, and then finally cover C, April Fool's variant. Moving on to Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, issue number 3. This is cover A. We got a cover B DeMeo variant, and then finally 1 in 25 Cho incentive variant. Followed up with that, we got Batman Incorporated, issue number 7. This is cover A, the main cover. This is the cover B Miko Suyan variant, and then finally we've got a 1 in 25 Tim's incentive variant. Continuing on DC, we got Wildcats, issue number 6. This is cover A. We got a cover B Surdy variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Hip incentive variant. Moving on to Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 3, issue number 4. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Perkins variant, and then finally a cover C Bolin Villain cover variant. Next up is Multiversity, Harley Screws Up the DCU, issue number 2. This is cover A. We got a cover B Gorgie variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Macria incentive variant. After that is the Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, issue number 7. Moving on to the start of a brand new series, we got the Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, The Glass House, issue number 1. This one's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. We got a cover B Rise variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Albuquerque incentive variant. And finally, this is the last one coming out from them this week. We got Mad, issue number 31. Out of all those issues, none of them are currently the ones that I'm reading, but if I can get my hands on Superman Lost, issue number 1, I'm for sure going to be getting number 2. Same goes for the Danger Street series as well. I think I'm missing number 4, so I'll double check on that and go from there. But next up, let's finish this video now with Marvel Comics. All right, Marvel fans, first one today from them is Moon Knight, issue number 22. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally a Riley variant. Next up is X-Men, issue number 21. This one's got 7 different covers. This is cover A. We got a Caselli variant, and then finally a Cam and Coley trading card variant. Continuing on with Marvel, we got Fantastic Four, issue number 6. This is cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally an Andrews variant. I've heard a lot of back and forth on the Fantastic Four series. If you're enjoying it, if you're not enjoying it, let's talk about it more down below, because I've been interested in trying to find those back issues for this one. Moving on, we got Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 5. Now this is a great Marvel ongoing series. I know I'm a little biased towards Miles, one of my favorite characters. Love the last series. Love the one before that. This one's off to a great start as well, in my opinion. Definitely check it out. This one's got 8 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally a Marquez variant. Continuing on, we got Carnage, issue number 12. There is a new writer on this Carnage series. I believe his name is Alex Paknadal. I'm not 100% on that name, but he picked up the last issue, and honestly, I think he did a really good job with it, so I'm excited to see what he can do with the rest of the series. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 Stegman Design incentive variant. Next up is Captain Marvel, issue number 48. This series is wrapping up at issue number 50, so if you're interested in reading it, I'm sure an omnibus is going to be coming out within the next year for it. Here's cover A. We got a D. Urso variant, and then finally a Stormbreakers variant. Next up, we got Sins of Sinister tie-in. It's Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants, issue number 3. Here's cover A. We got LaRocca, March Sins of Sinister connecting variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Sway incentive variant. Continuing on, we got Star Wars Bounty Hunters, issue number 33. This is cover A, and then we got a Sprouse Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary variant. Continuing on, we got an End of the Arc for Star Wars Dr. Aphra. This is issue number 30. Here's cover A. We got Sprouse Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary variant, and then finally a Peach Momoko Women's History Month variant. Moving on to Star Wars The High Republic, issue number 8. Man, you Star Wars fans, you got a lot of books coming out this week. Here's cover A. We got Savage variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Miko Suyana incentive variant. Next up, we got start of a brand new series. We got Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 1. This one's got 10 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally 1 in 25 new incentive variant. Moving on to X-23 Deadly Regenesis, issue number 2. Read the first issue. Not bad. I liked it, but I also really like X-23, so I was hoping it would be a little bit better, but overall, it was a good series for new readers to jump into, in my opinion. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Yoon variant, and then finally a Surdy variant A, and be on the lookout for a Virgin variant B. Next one I'm going to be talking about today is Silver Surfer, Ghostlight, issue number 3. I read the first 2 issues. I honestly think it's boring as all hell, and the artwork is just okay as well. Let's talk about more down below, but I'm definitely not going to be continuing on with this series. Here's cover A, and then we got a Lashley variant. Moving on to Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, issue number 3. If you guys didn't already know, there is going to be a Blade ongoing series coming out as well, so I'm really pumped for that. Here's cover A. We got a Hans variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 R1CO incentive variant. Next one is Predator, issue number 2. Always loving the Predator stuff. Here's cover A. This is the Shaw variant, and then finally 1 in 25 Brown incentive variant. Moving on to Captain America, Cold War Alpha, issue number 1. This one's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Alex Ross Timeless variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Chichetto Incentive variant. Next one, Star Wars Return of the Jedi Ewoks, issue number 1. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Garbett Connecting variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 HOTS Incentive variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week. We got Marvel's Voices, Spider-Verse, issue number 1. This one's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. We got an Imenez variant, and then finally a John Jang variant. Out of all those issues, I'm for sure going to be getting Moon Knight, issue number 22, Miles Morales Spider-Man, number 5, Carnage, number 12, and then finally Predator, issue number 2. But that is a wrap on all the new comics coming out this week. Told you guys, got to get those wallets ready. We got a hell of a week on the way. Image is about to kill it, assuming all of those books are coming out. Marvel's having a pretty solid week as well. DC, I'm not reading a lot of those DC books, but I know Danger Street's a great one. I've heard really good things about the Superman Lost 2. Let me know what you think about those books down below, and be sure to comment which ones you're looking forward to most and which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on. And thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in checking out some more content, I've got 2 more sitting off to the side here, and here's a quick preview of the upcoming EXP live stream I'm going to be featured on. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hey there, Dynamite fans. Come join us here at The Experience this Wednesday, April 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's our usual time. You already know we're going to have your favorites, Dynamite, DC, Marvel, and the guys will talk about, hopefully, other things besides spam. So, no matter what, it'll be a good time. So remember, it's this Wednesday, April 12th, here at 6 p.m., only on The Experience. See you then.